morning and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for Capricorn today. Okay, Capricorn, so what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at your present situation, a couple of options on what to do, and a possible outcome. Okay. Now keep in mind these readings are general readings, not one-to-one readings, so take what resonates, leave what does not. And what else? Oh yeah, so like energy can be flipped, like say for instance if another person shows up in your reading and then I'm like reading some of their energy or what have you. The energies can be flipped, okay? So just take it as it resonates per usual. I'll cleanse the space and the cards. And then we can get into it. Okay. Okay. And Capricorn, go on ahead and comment on the video. Whatever you feel is necessary to share, as this is an energy exchange, okay? These readings are brought to you for free, and what is very helpful, I guess a little payment for me, is commenting, sharing, liking, subscribing, and all of that stuff, okay? Okay, so Spirit, I invite you in and respectfully request a message for Capricorn for their greatest and highest good at this time. Thank you. This is for Capricorn. Okay, and the bottom of the deck energy is the Ace of Wands. Very nice. Lovely, lovely, passionate beginning, okay? Now this is like a brand new start in something that's really exciting for you. And it's also kind of a beginning of, you know, some sort of identity endeavor, okay? All right. It could also be a new passionate beginning. Well, it's very physical. It's very action oriented. A new drive. Oops. Nice. Okay, and bottom of the deck energy here is Six of Wands. So this is a card of return, a card of victory, where you receive adulation, praise for a job well done. And there could be a little bit of ego involved there. As you can see, this person's kind of on high and like getting a lot of praise and adulation. So this very well could be, you know, something that it's like, oh, I'm moving towards this because it feels really good. I'm really digging the attention that I'm getting. Okay. All right, so let's get into it, Capricorn. All right, your present situation is Temperance combined with the Devil. Which, okay, so there you are in the reading. Not that you're a devil, Capricorn, but that's your major arcana, okay? So this to me is like, okay, first off, these two major arcana right together, extremely powerful. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, whatever your current situation is, you have all like the external tangibles around you, right? Like your day-to-day, you do all the things that you do, but there's like a larger energy at play, and that's what the major arcana are in our life. Okay, it's kind of like the major arcana is like the larger tone of what's happening, and the minors give us more clues as to what's happening contextually. So for the Temperance and the Devil to show up here, this is really transformative. What you're up against right now, kind of the energy that you're in, the tone of where your life is at this time is very transformative. It can also be painful. And what I am seeing here is somebody who is, there's an invitation here to shed old, like toxic, and it's not a judgment, but old toxic behaviors, patterns, dynamics, however that plays out for you, okay? Whatever it is, it could be anything. It could be an addiction, you know, something that basically impacts your life in such a way where you feel bound to it, or you feel like you're like held hostage to it, okay? Like it doesn't bring you joy. It's something that you feel like you just have to do. And if there is joy in it, it's very temporary. It's like very temporary. It's kind of like the person who really likes to drink, but then has like the worst hangover ever, and then goes through like a whole shame cycle and all of that type of stuff, okay? And with the Temperance is such a supportive energy in this, because that is an invitation to really transform this area of your life. Whatever area of your life you feel bound to, there's a transformation. And this transformation isn't just willy-nilly. Like this is very much tied to like your soul, basically, like your identity, who you are, character development, yes, character development. That's the other thing. Ethics, like personal ethics, you know, like the way we make meaning of our lives, right? And things that change us on such a deep and profound level. That's what this is about, okay? And it's tied to the toxic stuff that I mentioned. So there's these two things are at play. This tells me that you're shedding something, and when you do, it's life-changing, okay? Life-changing. All right. So on this option, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Wands, okay? You know what's interesting about this spread is that, and this is just a side tangent, what's interesting about this spread is that like there are two different energies, and when I first began this spread, it's like, well, what to do, what not to do. And like I came to find that like one never came out over the other as like a bad idea. And so it just kind of began to feel like, okay, well, here are some energies, you know? Okay, so let's see here. Wheel of Fortune, Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands, which is really cool because I see the pages in their respective suits as the fool of that suit, you know, kind of like the fool's little sister or brother. And it's like they totally have what it takes because they've already gone through, you know, Ace through 10, right? But now they're in a position to like level up and mature through that suit. So the Page of Wands, it is also like, okay, so this person here is like hearing the call of some sort of thing. And it makes this person happy. Like there's birds and it kind of feels like this is like they're waking up in the morning and, you know, like the day is dawning and like what's out there for today. You know, there's like a hopefulness here, a little bit of naivete. It's just an open energy, very open energy here. You know, you could see that there's some joy. The sun is, the day is dawning basically. Lovely. Alrighty, and so with the Wheel of Fortune, that's like we make our choices and we get clearer, okay? So with this coupled with the Page is kind of like, are you going to be starting something over again? Or starting something over again, but in a new way? Something along those lines, right? And not something along those lines like I'm guessing, like that's what this is saying. And yeah. So the thing is like but like pages. So like I was saying up here in this energy up here that there's going to be a transformation. And I think that this is you hearing that call. That there's some sort of transformation on the doorstep. I mean, you may be conscious of it or not, right? The Wheel of Fortune's a very powerful major arcana as well. I mean, that's our life gear just like turning. It's wild. Yeah, so like the pages, I used to not give them as much credit, but it's like my teacher told me the other day, it's like this page has what it takes. They just need to believe in themselves. This was a reading she was giving to me. So I won't say too much because it's personal. But anyways, so there's that. And then the other side is the Six of Wands. So we have the Six of Wands twice. So that ego that I mentioned earlier, there's a very strong pull around that, you know, and that can speak to this kind of energy as well. Just keep that in mind. I'm not saying it absolutely is tied, but that's common. So here we have the Six of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Now the Knight of Wands is here for a good time, not a long time. However, the Knight of Wands is very, it's like they're exploratory, right? And they're just not, I mean, look at this guy. He's riding an eagle. Like he's not tied down, like he's flying, right? And it's like he's got all kinds of passion and like they got this red plume on his helmet. And Knight of Wands is fire of fire because all the knights are fire, right? But then the element will say like, you know, Knight of Swords is fire of air. So this is fire of fire. So very zesty energy. And this is where one gets a lot of attention, right? This is like a parade. This person's returning from battle. And I won't share the bittersweet story behind it because I don't know. I really don't have time for that. But either way, so I'm seeing here, now it's becoming clearer to me that these are two options. These are very much two options. You can decide to heed the call and do something in a new way, because there's some sort of shift that's happening on a soul level. But this is very deep, and this could last a while. Who knows? I mean, it's hard to say time in the tarot, right? So there's this, which is a deep transformation. Shedding something. There's an invitation to shed some sort of some sort of behavior that you feel bound to. Or even internal dynamic. This could even be the way that we think about ourselves or others. This can be the way that we relate to friends and family. I mean, it's anything that's basically something that was developed as a coping strategy at some point along the way that actually really worked for a while, you know? And then as we're growing and developing and changing as a person, like we all do, that particular mode didn't fit anymore, right? It didn't quite fit anymore. And it's like, okay, it kind of goes in stages, like you kind of feel like it doesn't really it's not fitting anymore. It's not hitting the same way, right? But then as you go on, like it's not enough to abandon it. It's not enough to like cast it aside and outgrow it, right? But it stays there. It stays bound to you. And over time, it then begins to feel like a burden. And then it's kind of like, oh my gosh, like my life, like, and then you're noticing like where in which your life is just like all these other areas, shit is kind of like not fucking going right, you know? And then you're like, but it's this thing, and I know it's this fucking thing. It's like an anchor, you know? That's what this is, okay? So, your choice, doing life, Wheel of Fortune, karmic, Wheel of Karma. We make our choices, we get clear. You're feeling called to make a different choice, okay? And then this is like, friggin' doing the same thing, doing the same old. Because we got the Six of Wands here, and we have the Six of Wands here twice. And like I said earlier, where I was like, oh, I think it might be tied to the devil with the ego and the blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I don't know. No, I said that, and that's what came through, so I should have just owned it. That's what it was, Capricorn. So I apologize for having taken that back and not trusted my own association. But that's what this is, man. Because over here, it's like, keep on doing the thing. Keep on doing the thing. Get the ego adulation. Get the accolades. You know, get the attention. And, you know, fly by night. Like, keep playing, and that's fun, and all the things. But then where does that leave you, right? So there's that. That's what this is. All right. So the outcome. The Two of Cups and the Chariot. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of an 8-card reading, half of them are major arcana. It's huge. It's huge. Now listen, the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is like it's like the card, you know. I mean, it's like one of my favorites because it's just like, yay, with the people and the love and all the things. So yeah, so this is like this is mutual understanding, soul recognition, like working together, like seeing eye to eye on things. And that doesn't always mean agreeing at all, but this is respect, it's love, it's investment, it's feeling, it's commitment, it's care, it's all of that stuff. That's like so lovely, you know, very much different. This energy is not this energy, okay? This is like fun time player energy, can't tie me down, right? And then this is like choosing that. This is a choice. This is not this. This is not this. This is a choice. This is a fully embodied decision to like, I'm doing it, you know? So that's a potential outcome. And now with the Chariot speaks to how we embody how we're going to embody our life. In the Chariot, there's like the two polar opposites. You have like the black and white, like lion sphinxes, right? That are pulling the Chariot in the Rider-Waite. And so this speaks to a balancing of, as the Strength card does as well, but this is like a balancing of id and super ego to create the core, create the self. All right, the ego, like the character, the core. So this outcome is like, okay, Two of Cups, Chariot. This is how you're going, this is a potential of how you choose to embody the next part of your life. Because what I'm seeing here is like a growth cycle, right? A shedding, heeding the call, turning the wheel. Or, see, but I don't see, so the outcome, the Two of Cups and the Chariot, isn't the outcome of the Six of Wands and the Knight of Wands. I mean, in a way, it could be. It could be. It could be. Because you could then go back out there and be like, I'm gonna still play. I'm gonna still play. And then that song, I fooled around and fell. I'm not gonna sing for you. That song. You know that song. So that could be something that comes up for you, right? Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Okay, so let me pull some. Do I pull clarifiers? This doesn't, honestly, I don't see a need to pull clarifiers here. This message is very straightforward. You have an option here, but this is what you're up against right now. This energy, this is a very strong invitation. Very, very strong invitation. This feels kind of like, this is big. I mean, yeah, you're being invited to shed something that has served you in the past and really was helpful, but is no longer that way. And like I said, it could be anything. It could be something that's very tangible, like an actual, like, say if you drink and it's like, here's the booze and there you drink, or it could be some sort of behavior. I mean, that's also a behavior, but it involves a substance of some kind. Involves something else that we gravitate towards. And this could definitely, I mean, this could be sex, right? This could totally be sex, because the Knight of Wands is the player of the deck, okay? They're a player. And that's cool, that like who, people can do their thing, right? There's nothing wrong with sex and sexuality and all of that. It's perfectly healthy. But when it turns into something where it's serving a particular purpose to feed some sort of like empty space inside, and then after the tryst is like over, you're left feeling kind of like not happy about it, and whatever that looks like, for you, like that's where it's like, yeah, no, this isn't the healthy piece anymore. It's modulated and becoming something else. But I'm telling you, I mean, we all try to fill the empty spaces with all kinds of things, you know. That's just, I feel like it's a part of human nature on the whole. It's the hungry ghost is what it is. That's what it's called. You know, the hungry ghost, where we're just kind of like trying to gain ground by getting on to getting the next thing, you know. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like you're heeding the call of some kind, and the potential outcome is the Two of Cups and the Chariot, embodying the next phase of your life with a partner. And I will, well, yeah, no, that's what it means. That's what it means. I've heard some tarot readers be like, and could be the cup that you give to yourself. And I'm just like, not in this context. I mean, first, I think you do have to give a cup to yourself. You absolutely have to give a cup to yourself. That's where it starts. As you're in this energy, most definitely. Because you need to love yourself enough to shed whatever toxic bullshit is keeping you bound. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to clarify any of these. I like that this is, and I typically don't clarify in this read, but this is very straightforward. And it's very powerful. Like, you have 4 major arcana here. Why would you need any more information than that? This is a very strong message. I pulled a couple of extras yesterday or the day before. It was the day before yesterday. For this read where I was just like, oh my God, this is vague as can be. Like, I can't quite pin it down. That's when I'll pull extras to be like, what are we talking about here? But this is very straightforward. Lion, higher calling. Nice. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Oh my gosh. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. Oh my God, look at that. Lions. This is rad. I really like this deck. Animals. Spirit of the Animals is what it's called. I'm certain a lot of you are very familiar with it. It's freaking awesome. I got that old school one. There's this one I had since I was, well, let's just say how many years now then? 27 years. So 27 years, there's another deck that I have, which was the only deck that I owned, and it's a like spirit animal deck. I should bring that one out. Okay. It's that old school one. It's a very old deck. It's got like, it's blue with like a yellow lightning bolt on the back. You know where I got it? I got it from that, you remember those, and like there are a lot of people who are like of a certain generation that absolutely will not know what I'm talking about, but those freaking things where like you'd pay a penny and get like a bunch of CDs or books. I forget, it was like, I want to say Sam Goody, but that's not quite it. I don't remember, or maybe it was Sam Goody, but it was like this whole thing where you could get CDs. And like, if you never paid them, they never came after you. But that was the agreement. It's like, get like 10 or 12 CDs today, and like in the next year you got to buy one at full price. And there would be CDs and cool kitschy things like oracle cards and books and shit. Okay. Nasturtium, vitality. Spicy, sensual nasturtium encourages your spiritual and thinking self to come into balance with earthly physical reality. She brings warmth and vitality into the practical experience of your daily life, motivating you into action as opposed to just thinking about it. No more procrastinating, it says. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. No more procrastinating. I love the sound and the feel of these like weird thick coated cards when I shuffle them. It's like, okay. Waiting patiently. How funny. It's like no more procrastinating, and this one's waiting patiently. Oh my gosh, how funny. Today I will wait patiently. If waiting is the action I need in order to take care of myself, I know that I'm taking positive, forceful action by waiting until the time is right. God help me, or Spirit help me let go of my fear, urgency, and panic. Help me learn the art of waiting. Yes. I want to read that again. Today I will wait patiently. If waiting is the action I need in order to take care of myself, I know that I'm taking positive, forceful action by waiting until the time is right. Spirit, help me let go of my fear, urgency, and panic. Help me learn the art of waiting. There you have it. I like it. I think that's really, I think that's a sound and message to come out after this, because this was like, go for it, and then it's like, but wait, here's some other people might need to hear like a counterbalancing kind of message. But the thing that I loved most about it is that it was talking about taking care of yourself, and that's where you're at. You know, that's where you're at. Okay, Capricorn, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Comment, like, and all the things. Okay, I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.